Hi, I'm Kristen Davis, and I want to know, are you a Charlotte? Okay, can we talk about David Eigenberg for a second? Because this is the first episode we see him. Incredible from even the first episode, which I had not remembered at all. The man, the myth, Viagra is when Steve shows up.
Oh.
In the second season.
Oh, yes.
I didn't remember that at all.
And you get right away that Miranda has been really hurt.
I know. Yeah, sure. Her pain and her anger.
Why is she being so mean? She's really been hurt before.
Oh, most definitely.
One let down her guard.
Absolutely.
So adorable.
I mean, so adorable.
And he's like, just so like hopeful, and it's so sweet.
I know it is. It really, I was really amazed. I don't really remember like him coming, and I don't know if we knew that he was going to turn out to be like this incredible relationship for her. But he comes on so vividly, immediately.
That's right.
He's immediately so amazing. And the way that he is with her, because she does really have the wall going like big time.
Yes.
But it is really obvious once they kind of get into it, she's so vulnerable so quickly.
So vulnerable. I think I cried the first time because it was so relatable in that, once you've been so hurt and you just want to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And the way that she did that scene, when she saw, it was like when Mr. Big comes down, and she was like, she really never expected that. In her mind, he was just another man that was going to let her, carry on.
Yeah.
And it was so like the revelation that came across her face was so, I don't know, sweet. You understood. Yeah. And then the way she ran out after him and grabbed
in the rain. It's so good. It's so good.
And that's like classic.
Yes. So classic. And I had not remembered any of it. That's the joy of rewatching, is that sometimes I'm just getting to be a fan. I love it. But let's get into one thing that happens before that, which I had also forgotten and I was kind of shocked by. So yes, Miranda, when we start, we're talking about the myths of relationships. And so there's a really interesting, we don't have our coffee shop set built, right? So we're out in a restaurant in the world talking about, I'm saying a friend of my friend was having an affair with this guy who was married, and then the guy left her friend's friend and actually married the girl, and now they're happy with 2 kids and he's a great husband. And they're all like, no, that's an urban myth. That didn't happen. And I'm like, no, it did. No, it's my friend and my friend. And they're like, no, you don't even know her, And then I love that because there are so many kind of tropes that we have in our mind of like, well, this could happen or that could happen. I heard of it once, like that. And of course, Charlotte is the one who believes in it, but Miranda's like, no, she's really adamant. And then they show her going on a date to the comedy club. I don't know if you remember this part.
Oh my God. I hated that comedian.
Right? The comedian and the dude.
So obnoxious.
Right?
And her date got what he deserved.
Totally. So let's just remind everybody what happens, because it is also really interesting this particular week in the culture of now having a kind of an interesting thing similar to this. So Miranda's at this very small comedy club. Is it the Comedy Cellar? I don't know, but there's like no one there. And there's a very obnoxious, like kind of alpha male comedian up there telling just like, I don't know, they're bad, not funny, mean jokes. And she's sitting with this guy, and we hear Carrie voiceover, and I feel like he's a lawyer or investment banker or something like that. And he said either they're kind of bonding over the fact that the comedy is so bad. So this guy seems like he might be okay. And then he says, I'm going to get up and go to the men's room. And the phone, he leaves his phone on the table. The phone starts ringing, and this obnoxious comedian is like, "Hey, Red, answer your phone." And she's like, "Oh God, they're looking at me." She's like, "It's not my phone." And he says, "Answer the phone." And he's like really aggressive. So she picks up the phone and she says, "Alan Miller's phone." And she says, "I'm his date. Who is this?" And then you just see her face kind of go blank. And then the comedian is like, "What's going on?" And comes and grabs the phone.
Who is it?
Exactly. Grabs that phone and finds out that it is the date's wife on the phone. And basically outs Samantha and the man for being on the date, not unlike the Coldplay situation that we're living through right now. And so then the guy comes back from the bathroom and walks into this drama of his personal life being, a mess. And I believe he picks up the phone and says, "Hi, honey," like a fool. You know what I mean? And then Miranda leaves, of course. So it's like we already know from the past show that Miranda has kind of been through it. And then this particular thing is like just salt in the wound. You know, that all men are awful and that she hates them all, at which point she meets Eigenberg. But I was struck by the fact that, the cheating thing, it just goes on and on and on, and it doesn't seem to change. Like, what's wrong with people? Maybe we shouldn't get married. I don't know,
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I always say I have my mom and dad as proof that it is possible.
That's good. Yeah.
They were so great together. Their love could light up a room, and they never had like a sip of wine if they were, separated from each other without at least reaching their fingers across to each other and touching them,
That's amazing.
If they couldn't kiss each other. And so it is possible, but I don't know. It just seems in this world today that there's so much temptation or not enough, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a guy with a strong character, fiber, like honor.
That's a good word. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Honorable men are becoming a rarity. I mean, I don't like to think that, but look at politics, for instance.
Yeah, let's not.
No, let's not. But speaking of which, there was a candidate.
Oh my God, I almost fell off my bed.
Which got a bigger ew than the ass did.
I get it.
In one show.
I know. I mean, honestly, I know in my mind that we have had a history with Trump on our show, but I tend to block it out, right? And then all of a sudden there he is, and you're just like, it's so strange. It's just so strange. Who would have ever thought that this man would then be the president? It's fascinating, but we don't really have to go there because it's a brief thing. And he was very much a fixture of New York. So in that way, it makes sense. I think, yes. I think that culturally, it seems that men are confused. Younger men seem confused about who they're supposed to be, right? And that's sad. I feel like that's sad. And I'm hoping that we're going to kind of come out the other side of that at some point. But I also want to mention, especially in the Coldplay situation, there's also a married woman involved there, right? So to me, it makes me wonder, is marriage like an outmoded construction that we have created, which is not to say that there can't be happy ones, obviously, but in the world that we're living in today, where everyone's so trying so hard to do so many things, and there's probably a lack of connection in so many ways, right? And maybe hard to keep that connection going. I'm no expert by any means, but it takes so much work, to keep a connection, to take care of that connection.
Yeah. You could get married for we'll see if we want to renew it in 5 years.
I like that.
Every 5 years you go, do you want to renew?
Right. Honesty.
Honesty.
And
then that way, if you don't, if you're getting bored or whatever, you can get out of it
Right.
without all the lawyers and the,
Right.
you know,
Drama.
ugh, all
Right.
of that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And so much pain. I feel so
oh,
bad for, women and men, really, like because I do feel like society sets you up to think like Charlotte. Charlotte is obviously so marriage focused, and
yes.
I'm not, but she was, and so I really tried to channel that because we are brought up to believe that that's what
Yeah.
will bring us happiness.
Yes.
That's what we should do, and that will make us happy. And one of the things I loved so much about Charlotte's whole journey was that, obviously when we meet her, she's like that. She just starts like that, that she was brought up in Connecticut and she wants to have these things and she wants to be a mother and all the beautiful things. And then she tries and tries and tries and tries and tries. Eventually she meets Trey and it looks perfect, but then it isn't.
Yeah.
Which was great. And then of course we know she meets Harry. Doesn't look what she wants it to look, but it is the connection that she wants. Yeah. And thank goodness worked out over time, and they raised the children together. And I think they're a wonderful partnership. But I also think that, Charlotte is like, number one, a very hard worker, right? Like she's going to work at that thing. She's like super hyper focused on that thing. And luckily, Harry is just like a great, great guy who, supports
goes
her.
Along with it.
Goes along, yes. And I feel like that's one thing. And yeah, like he's
important to me.
Yeah, like it's an interesting dynamic. And of course they're fictional, which I have to remember. But it's interesting to think about the things that make it work. And I feel like some of it is luck in terms of where you are in your life when you choose.
Yeah.
And then I also think a lot of it is like the amount of work that you and the other person have to put in, because it can't just be one person doing the work.
Yes. Oh,
and I feel like that's sometimes off.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know why I went down this road, but it was, I mean, partly because watching the scene with the comedy, the guy, the awful mean comedian, I was like, this is so much like this Coldplay business. I was amazed. And it's almost 30 years ago. It's interesting to me.
The memes for the Coldplay thing are hilarious.
I mean, beyond. I feel bad for those people. Those are real people or whatever.
Put up the meme from that show.
Totally. All right, let's go back to Eigenberg for a second, because I do also, because here we are. Miranda has been through so much, as we know, and she's at a bar of a restaurant waiting for Carrie, who stands her up because Big wants to make her dinner. Oh, that hurt me watching that. I mean, on the one hand, yes, Big is on like a different level of charming in this episode, Yeah. So I get that part, but I also feel like Carrie, that's not cool. You shouldn't stand Miranda up.
But I do think that she was on a bit of she's just been called his girlfriend, which means everything to her.
Yes.
And so she's like, I can understand, Oh,
I can understand. Yes. But I also don't think it's cool.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And I feel like the interesting thing with Carrie is like, she doesn't, she's got odd boundaries. You know what I mean? Like they come and go kind of, you know what I mean? Yes. So, and she kind of puts up with a bunch of frustrations from Big, but then he sings to her in a restaurant, calls her his girlfriend. And of course she's beaming, and it is so charming.
Yes.
And the chemistry is so intense between them, but yet she is still holding in so much. And she does have all these hopes. And, it's that thing where, of course, the second where she's like, will you go to dinner with my girlfriends? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, he said that too quick. And you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, of course. And it does happen. It does happen. But one of the things I love about this particular episode, and one of the things I've been rediscovering watching the show, is the relationship between Miranda and Carrie, and kind of the ongoing arc of it, and how they are so deeply attached, but also they have the most kind of open conflict of any of us, like Miranda will disagree and tell her like, you're wrong, you're messed up. But also that's who she will go to, for to lean on, and who Carrie will go to Miranda to lean on. It's so interesting. And they have one of their walk and talks, which always are one of my more favorite things. Oh, but also Samantha and Carrie have a walk and talk, which I love so much because it's on, I think they're on Central Park. They might be on Park Avenue. Wait, no, they're on Fifth Avenue, and they're walking down. So it's like, the trees are blooming. It's so beautiful. Like the spring in New York, just the best time ever. My favorite time. And they're walking and talking about the older man. And, Carrie is like, do you have any age limit? And she's like, I don't know. It's all very interesting. And I don't know if we would do that same scene now. It seems like it might not be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think things have changed a lot since then.
Yeah.
And I think it is more sort of frowned on. But I don't know. I think that there's still a lot of that going on.
So true.
So
true. So true. I mean, it's interesting because I feel like I do think that was supposed to be the comedic storyline, right? Because we do kind of have drama happening with Miranda and drama happening with Carrie. And so then also I have my storyline, which we haven't even mentioned.
You are so romantic. Like your notions are just cannot be crushed, you cannot be
It's so
dissuaded.
true.
You are going to believe in love. If it's the last thing you do,
it's true, Christie.
Want to convince everybody else that if you just believe in love, and it's going to
happen
out, and it will happen.
I know. And look, I mean, part of me, I don't think that's wrong.
I think it's true.
I do too. But sometimes when I'm watching Charlotte, myself, whatever, I am thinking like I'm worried for her,
Yeah.
But maybe that's because I'm me and not her. And also because I'm at this age rather than that age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it is definitely,
Yeah.
she's just so open. So let's just talk about the big thing because I love it so much. They set it up so beautifully where, he's singing to her and then he makes her dinner. And it is literally her dream. Like she is living her dream that she has wanted from him from this whole time since she met him. And then she does stand Miranda up, but you can't understand, as you said, you can get why. And then she asks him, will you come to dinner with my girlfriends? And he says, yes. You see her walking down the hall in this incredible dress. I mean, it's like, she looks just like it blows your mind.
Yeah.
And he opens the door and he's not dressed. And you're just
crushed.
Oh my God.
Her face is the disappointment that she registered so perfectly.
I know. She's so good.
Like, she just really wanted that.
It's so
she wanted
awful.
To show him off to her friends so badly. And that was so important to her.
I know. And then he's not even dressed. And then he says, I don't want to go because it's going to rain.
And you've got your friends anyway.
Right. You don't need me. He doesn't get it at all.
Yeah,
and she really... so devastated, but as we will see, he's not as dense as he seems right that moment. Thank God. But then she goes to the restaurant, and this also kind of kills me. We're all there, and she can't tell us that he's not coming. She doesn't want to tell us. So she says something like, I don't know, he's still at work. So she's trying to prepare.
She can't say the word.
It's sad.
The disappointment was too great. She couldn't say it out loud. It was something she was hoping that maybe it would just sort of fizzle the whole thing. Like, well, now I gotta leave. I gotta, go and
right. It just really makes me sad
to address it.
Oh. God, it really makes me sad.
Yeah, me too.
But it makes it so much better and so yes, Charlotte is there like so hopeful and everything's great and poor Steve is bringing them all drinks. I know, and Miranda's all mad because now she thinks Big's not coming and
saying that thing about, oh, I guess I just slept with too many bartenders. And he was like, okay, here's some money and I'm out of here.
Yeah, it's rough.
She's hard on him. She's always hard on him.
I know. And now we know where it all ends up. So it kind of hurts even more somehow,
Yeah.
I mean, I know they've had good times. And of course, when they go out, so wait, let's not jump ahead. We'll go there in a second. So we're there. Charlotte, of course, super like puppy dog, doesn't have any vibes that anything's bad. Do you know what I mean? Though obviously looking at Steve, like, why are you being so mean to him?
Yeah.
And then everyone's sitting there and Carrie's like, trying to figure out how she's going to break it to us that Big's not coming. I think we hear in her voiceover where she says, I didn't have the heart to tell them, so I pretended I didn't know or whatever. At which point we go into slow-mo, which is so fantastic. And I say, there he is. I say, of course he's going to come. And there he is. And everyone turns. And as you said, Cynthia plays it just so beautifully because it means as much to her in a way as it does to Carrie. That there is hope.
There is hope.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yes, so good. Both of them so good.
Really, really good episode.
It's such a great episode that I had no memory of.
Yeah.
Right? And then so we have this incredible slow-mo moment of Big is coming down the stairs towards us. Miranda is having this epiphany that maybe things could possibly work out. Carrie is having an epiphany that maybe her dreams are not crushed again. Maybe they can live and exist, right? Maybe he can step up to the plate. And then Miranda very smartly says, I'll be right back, and goes out into the pouring rain. It's a very cinematic moment. I think it's one of our kind of early cinematic moments, right? Because this is only season 2. And they kiss in the rain. And when they kiss in the rain, all I could think of was them kissing on the Brooklyn Bridge in the movie. Do you remember that?
Yes. Yeah.
Such a great through line, to see like the little details.
Yes.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And Eigenberg is just so great.
Oh, he is. His vulnerability is always right there.
Yes.
He's such a great actor, and
he really is.
But you never think of him as an actor. He just
it's seamless.
Real person. It is.
Yes. And I mean, I think in some ways I took him for granted because I didn't really have an objective viewpoint of like just his incredible work. And I mean, the writing also just so beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
So good. And he just has a way of getting in between her different walls that she's erecting as they're going. You know what I'm saying? She's just so busy trying to block him, and he's just finding funny, charming, smart, different ways to get in there. And oh my gosh, you just love him so much. So much. I'm just so happy. It makes me so happy that they wrote him. I'm like re-experiencing these things that I took for granted over time, And also he's just the opposite of Big in so many ways.
Yes.
But it works.
Yes, he is vulnerable. He is approachable. He is, giving, constantly thinking. He's thoughtful. He's always thinking of what she might need, how he can help, how he can make her happy.
Right. But he's not a doormat in any way.
No.
That's what is so amazing, right? Like it's not easy to write that kind of male character and not easy to play it either. But like he has such a strong core.
Oh, yeah. Like the one episode when he did ask for something for himself, he was always giving for her. And one episode, he asked her, I'm going to cry. He asked her to come watch him play basketball.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't show up, and then he says it. And then at the end of that episode, it wasn't in this episode, but he's out there and she does show up. Remember, he had to hit the hoop. He was going to win like $1 million or something.
Oh my God.
got that one shot in,
Right.
and sure enough, she was there. He didn't get it, but he didn't care anymore because she came.
Oh,
It was worth a
oh,
million bucks to him.
oh my gosh. I can't wait to rewatch that one. I only vaguely remember
Oh,
it. But I
oh,
mean, it's incredible.
it's
It's incredible.
a tearjerker.
Yes. And just, I mean, I think a lot of that is the testament to the writing,
Yeah.
that we can still, all this time later, have such a strong, like, relationship to these characters and emotional reaction.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
just, it's a beautiful thing. And I'm just so lucky to be a part of it.
Yes. Oh, I mean, yeah, we're the lucky ones that you've
Mm,
all, you know, done this show for so many years that have kept us all entertained and
mm.
talking and thinking, and you can really discuss every episode like this and delve in, and it's still topical. Some episodes we go, wow, that has aged, like,
Of course. Yeah.
yeah, but it's interesting then to
Yes.
see
Yes.
where we were and where we are. So it's
Absolutely.
all good, and so
Absolutely.
we're really the recipients of the gift. So
Oh,
thank
I
you.
think we all are. I mean, we love doing it, as you know. We love it so much.
Yeah,
And I mean, we love each other so much. So it's an amazing creative, situation to be able to be in. And the gift of the fact that the inception of the show and the writing and the execution of the show have, withstood the test of time is a gift to us as well. And that's from the fans, and now I kind of get to be both rewatching it, which is really, really fun. Let me ask you your question. Should I read your book or should I listen to your book?
oh, well, I've gotten really great feedback on the list.
Uh-huh. I kind of want to listen.
During when you write a book, and then when you go, okay, it's done, then it goes to lawyers, and the lawyers have to change certain things, and you reread, and the people that correct grammar or whatever,
Sure.
and then you reread it and you go, no, I said it grammatically incorrect like that, to stress, keep it, you put it back, or you change, and it goes through a couple things. Well, I didn't read my third pass because the third pass arrived, and Alexa's fiance picked it up, and he was my first reader.
Wow.
He got so engrossed picking it up because he knew it was like probably the last pass, and so I said, "Oh, you read it," and I just figured it wasn't going to happen. I said to my publishers, "Did you change a lot?" "No, it's tiny little things." So
Oh,
I
no.
said, "Okay." Now I go to do the audiobook, and there were a couple things that I needed to correct. So I called my
Ooh.
publishers. I said, "So what do I do?" And she said, "Correct them. Just say it the way you want it,
Okay.
the way you want it. And in the second pressing, if we ever have a second pressing, then we'll do it your way." We took notes. So it's slightly, I mean, it's tiny things, but
Interesting.
I'm a stickler for tiny things, because if
Yeah.
somebody happens to know that tiny thing wasn't exact, like there was a thing that said I had done Barbara Walters' show, and then I went to present at the Academy Awards,
Wow.
and they made it look like it was all in the same day, but it was actually the Barbara Walters Academy Award night special was on TV that day.
Of
I
course.
taped it, a month
Yes.
before.
Right.
And then I was in LA for the awards. So it wasn't
Right.
one big long day. So I
Right.
corrected it. But if somebody happened to know, then they think,
Right.
what are the other facts not factual?
Absolutely. And it's your life. You can correct it.
Yeah. And also, I do this thing. I'm not even aware, but like if I'm talking like Billy, then I kind of have like a voice like Billy. I sort of get like a little
Oh
bit of a thing going on,
my
and
gosh.
or if it's like a police officer. Like at one point in New York City, I had like, a police officer came to, because they thought I had
Wow.
been robbed. So there's voices.
Oh, I'm definitely listening. Amazing. Christie, you're such a good imitator. Oh my gosh. That's excellent. I'm going to listen to your version.
Yeah. I think you'll enjoy it.
I can't wait.
It really depends on if you drive a lot or whatever, you might like the audio.
Yeah. I do.
If you like to curl up with a good book, you'll like the book.
Absolutely. They're both great. And congratulations. Absolutely. I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you.